Welcome to Global Village. This is Ahmed Kasim, your host of the program. We are filming today from Red Roof Studio, and we are thankful to both Colin and Rita giving us the opportunity to film the program from their studio. We have two guests today. We are very honored to have both of them, Mr. Lee and Mr. Daniel. Please welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, Daniel, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and the farm?
Sure, yeah. My wife and I, along with my parents and my aunt and uncle, own and operate Dirksen Farms and Gemstone Cattle Company. Mm-hmm. We're a mixed farming and ranching operation. We have purebred seed stock, Hereford and Red Angus cow herd, large commercial cow herd, feedlot, and we also do lots of crop farming and cropping and stuff like that.
Wow.
So.
And how far is from here then?
We're 45 minutes northwest of Brooks at Gem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, from Brooks?
From Brooks, yeah.
Okay.
Northwest of Brooks.
Not from Dodges? Not from here?
Oh, from here is about half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Lee, I think both of you, I don't think you look like new Canadians. So, Lee, tell us about your...
Well, we're a family operation as well. There's my wife and my father and mother, and we run a cow-calf backgrounding operation as well as purebreds, similar to Dorkson's. We have kind of two separate companies. There's my father runs the ranch in Manitoba, mm-hmm. and I run the ranch in Alberta, and we background all our cattle in Alberta. And yeah, it's kind of what we do.
Okay. And how big is it?
We have 1,000 mother cows in Manitoba and about 800 cows in Alberta, and we background all the calves, and it comes along with grassing and feeding different numbers of cattle.
So do you guys supply also processing companies such as JBS?
Yes, they most all our cattle get killed through one of the two plants in southern Alberta, Cargill or JBS.
Oh, Cargill or JBS.
Yeah.
Okay, well, same about Daniel, same thing?
Yes, yeah, we background or finish all of our own calves, depending where the market's at. Some years we might just background them to a feeder weight of 900 pounds, okay. Somewhere in there, and then we'll sell them to somebody else who will finish them, okay. To slaughter, or if the market's right, we may feed them right through to slaughter. So
what is the reason of the price cost of the cow, sometimes up, sometimes down?
Yeah, just looking for opportunity to make the most money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
There you go. No, yeah. That's a good. So what is the difference you think between the cow and heifer and steer?
So a cow would be a mature mother cow. She's already had at least one calf, mm-hmm. Basically a mature female. Heifer would be a young female that is beginning to be bred for the first time or hasn't been bred yet. And a steer would be a castrated male calf.
Wow.
So.
Oh, okay, Lee, you have also another business in Manitoba, so there's two companies then?
Yeah, yes.
So you supply also Manitoba and Alberta, or they both supply?
We complement each other lots of times we'll help each other out and cross over that way, and equipment's not really shared or anything like that. It's too much of a distance.
Yeah. So both are family business then? Yeah,
it's all family. It's all run. My wife runs both companies from in Patricia.
So what other do you have any crop from?
We do a little bit of cropping, but mostly our motto is you need to put it through a cow. So we grow a lot of corn and oats and alfalfa and things like that. Mostly just for winter feed.
Oh, just for a winter feed for the cows.
For the cows, yeah.
Okay, not outside consumption of selling, no.
Not usually, no.
Oh, okay. No, that's so. How many cows you have then? You said 800 cows.
Yeah, something like that here.
Oh, that's huge.
They're it's a fluctuating number. It's not really. We never really focus on the number of the cows.
Okay. Sometimes you might have more. Sometimes you might have less.
Yeah, depending on the markets. Sometimes it's better to not own any cows.
Okay, depending on the same thing with Danielle, with the same thing with this operation.
Yeah, we a lot of our same as philosophy as the Beasley is to try and run as much of our crop through a cow. As our land base has increased, though, we can produce more feed than we can put through a cow. So we have got into some specialty crops and selling some feed at times. Again, depending on the market and different things like that. So.
Okay, no, I know your dad, Arnold, and he mentioned some time back that the family was trying also to extend the farm or buy a farm from your neighbor or.
Yep.
Okay, you guys extended them?
Yeah, we are. Where opportunity presents itself, we are expanding the operation, and I got 2 other brothers that are interested in coming back to the farming operation in some sort of capacity. So as there's opportunity, we expanded a bit. Yep.
No, that is a very good. So what other crops that you have other than that?
We grow for feed for the cattle, mostly alfalfa, barley, and we do lots of corn, both for combining and for silage. For specialty crops, we do canola seed, and we've got into alfalfa seed in the last few years as well. So.
What about the weight of the cow? Are they different weight? They weigh different and.
Yeah, the different breeds have different weights. General rule, a breeding cow would be around 1,400 pounds, but with different breeds, they can be up to 1,600 to 1,800 pounds easily.
Wow. 1,700 pounds.
Very easily, yeah. But probably the breed, like the average breeding cow, mother cow, would be 1,400 to 1,500 pounds.
That's the average.
Average, yeah.
Okay, but it could be 1,700 if you have strong one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what do the cows eat then during winter time?
They can eat a variety of things, mostly forages on a cow. You try to just maintain their body weight as they're produced in the summer, and they actually get quite fat in the summer as well. And then come winter, all they really have to do is maintain their body weight. So you feed whatever forages that pencil out the best to get them through the cheapest, basically.
So how would you know the difference, for example, if you have a cow 800 and you have 500 and you are neighbor to another farm, were they mixing them up or they have a different sign?
Most of the time we keep our cattle separate from our neighbors and we run them on our own on our own ranches or farms. But for a period of time through the summer, because we live in the Eastern Irrigation District, there's community pastures. Yeah. So we'll basically from middle of May to end of October, we each have an allotment of cows that we can turn into a community pasture, and they may or may not be mixed with some other neighbors' cows for the summer. So. But
if they happen to mix, would you be able to identify which one is which one?
Yeah, we brand. Yeah, they've all the cows that have brands on them or be tagged with a certain number on them or something like that. So.
And that's what we saw on the movies anyway. So I haven't seen it real yet, so I don't know. So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a identification.
Yeah, they'd have a brand on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So each farm is different from the other.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody has their own brand. Yeah.
Oh. No, that's very neat. What about the calve, for example? Tell us a little bit about the calving.
So everybody calves at different times. Some people calve in January. We've chosen to back our calving off quite a ways. We don't calve till end of April, first part of May. Solely for the reason with the number of cows that we have, it's nice to calve on green grass when the weather's nice, and you don't have to touch them. They have a calf and they start to grow and you leave them alone. So when you're calving in wintertime, lots of times there's cold weather and they come out wet, so you got to pull them into a barn. It's just lots of extra work. So we like to calve when the grass is green and weather's warm.
No, that's very good. What about you, Lee?
We're very similar. Yeah, we calve April here, and in Manitoba, calves are born May, June. It's easier to calve on dry ground, and the workload's a lot less per animal. Yeah,
the two major processing factories, for example, in Alberta, both Cargill and GPS, they consume, I believe, high volume of cow. So would that sustain in the long run from the farm's perspective, for example? I think both of them, if you join the two, they probably kill weekly huge number. Would that sustain the demand in the future, or do you think it will come down?
Well, I truly hope it increases, but there's the population's growing, so as long as people still eat meat, or beef, which is a healthy product, they should really sustain.
But the cow be able to keep up that number of?
They should. Unless the markets continue on a downhill slide and more people exit the industry. But I mean, that's anybody's guess what will happen in the future.
Okay, but you think there is still sustainability of the cow side, even if the number is high, both processing factories, because each one, I believe, they kill over 2,000 a day, if I'm not mistaken. No, 4,000, I believe.
Yeah.
Because 2,000 each shift, so you're looking about 4,000.
Right. Yeah, there's enough cattle in the country right now to sustain both plants.
In Alberta?
In Alberta, yeah.
Without going to Saskatchewan or Winnipeg?
Oh, no, we still need to pull cattle from other provinces to
sustain that?
To sustain, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought, yeah, because it's a very high demand. You're looking about, 4,000 a day, each one, so 8,000 a day. If you multiply that, that's...
Yeah, I think it's probably in the lower, closer to 4,000, but don't quote me. They know their own business.
Yeah. Demand, again, it depends on the demand from the market.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So sometimes they might kill less if they don't have that much demand from the market, and if they have more, but the average is between 1,800, 2,000, 1,500 per shift for both processing, JBS and Cargill. So there is also potential cows coming from other provinces, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, to keep up the number in Alberta.
Yeah, there's Saskatchewan and Manitoba don't have the killing capacity, major slaughterhouses
no, they don't
in Alberta, so those cattle either have to come into Alberta to be harvested, or they'd have to go south into the States to be.
They do have, I believe, a company, Maple Leaf, I believe, are located in Winnipeg.
In Brandon, but I believe that's a hog plant, but maybe there's a small beef plant there too, I don't know.
Oh, I believe so, yeah. I'm not sure if that's a beef or that's a pork, I'm not sure, but they do have one in Brandon.
Yeah.
But the major one is up here, Cargill and JBS.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So to keep up the demand in the farm, is it 16 hours job? Is it high demand? Is it less hours? Well, I can see that's high number of. Yeah. What does the hours look like? Is it 8 to 5 job?
Well, for some people it is, I guess, but for owners or people that own any bolts in it would probably put in 16 hours on certain time periods. But, with people that are just earning a wage, or, they're just, you have to use your common sense and not overwork them, or, keep them to their 8 hours, or, make sure they have enough time off for their families and personal lives as well.
Okay. No, that's good. So both of you have then employees, or you do your own as a family business, but you still have employees?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Not only you and Arnold and your brothers and...
No, we work with some other people as well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no, that's what I thought. It's but it's a 24 hours job.
There's times.
At times it is, yeah.
From the family's perspective, not the employee. The employee is 8 hours, and then they probably go home because you have to maintain the labor relations of the employee. They can probably do 1 more hour overtime or something like that. But the owners, they are there. They live in the farm, so that will be more jobs, or you have to stay of that. So you mentioned that your other two brothers are coming back. Are they coming back from the city, or are they coming back, and why are they coming back? Is it because
My one brother lives in GEM, and he's invested in the operation, and he's starting to get a start. But he also works in the oil field as well, so he's kind of doing both right now. And my younger brother works for AFSC, Alberta Financial Services Corporation, out of Red Deer. And when he's not sure if or when he'll come back, he would like to, but there's different things that'll depend on that. Yeah.
he wants to come back to the farm rather than the city?
Yeah, once you're raised in the country, you kind of want to stay there.
Yeah. I think it's you like to come back to the countryside.
Yeah.
There's advantage and disadvantage for both, but I think once you grow up and you like to come back to the countryside. So what is the advantage, for example, of somebody who was born in the countryside going to the city? And then have you been to the city side, or you've been countryside since you were born?
I lived in Lethbridge for parts of 3 years when I was going to school. Went to college in Lethbridge, and it had its upsides at times, but I was happy to be moving out when the time came to come back to the farm.
No, that's good, because I think you have to invest the youth coming back from the city to keep up the countryside. Otherwise, you will lose the identity of the farm. If everybody moves to the big city, then you won't have here the farm. So I think that kids to come back to the youth coming back to the farm, I think that is a keeping the farm, keeping the business, and also keeping the tradition, rather than everybody going to the big city.
And the communities as well. Without everyone moving home, you lose communities.
The retention of also the community. Is it the same thing with you also? Have you been into the city and then come back, or?
Not often.
No.
I don't enjoy it, so.
So you were
I'm there very minimal, to be honest, but I guess I should be there more often, but I'm all right. I don't think it misses me, and I don't miss it. So.
The far area you've been, it will be Brooks and Lethbridge and all those stuff.
Oh yeah, I've been to cities, but I don't stay long.
Oh, you don't stay long?
Yeah.
Okay, you never live in big cities?
No, I wouldn't live there. I mean, you can visit there for a day or two, but that's probably the extent of it for myself.
Well, that's good. I think once you live in the city, as he did, I think 3 years, you will see the ups and downs of the city also.
Yeah.
It has advantage and disadvantage, and I think once you grew up in a farm, you like to stay in the farm business. And when it comes to the employees, do you guys have difficulty of hiring employees then?
It's probably easier now than it has been. And when the oil field was booming, it's hard to find employees because competing with wages in the oil field is difficult. But with the recent downturn in the economy, there's more people looking for work, and it's probably a little bit easier right now than it has been in the last 10, 15 years.
And what happens if the oil goes back to back to normal or back to previous?
It's hard to say. I would assume a lot of people will go back to the oil field because they can afford to pay higher wages than we can in agriculture. But with agriculture's improved in the last number of years, and so we're a little more competitive that way now.
Okay, so would they accept also a temporary foreign worker working in the farms, similar to the Cargill business or JPS, or is it different in the farm? Or you can apply for temporary foreign worker, for example, from the Philippines or from other places?
We've never done it, but I don't see why you couldn't if you had to. Once you trained a worker, you should be good from wherever they come from.
Because if you cannot find a labor force within,
Mhm.
then you have a business to take care of. So you can apply for.
We have had foreign exchange type students in the past that's come stay for 6 months on farm work experience and stuff like that. And we've had good and bad luck. Some aren't, this isn't all that they really wanted to be, but 50% really enjoy the work and stay and become friends, and it works well.
Oh, so those are students coming from during the summer.
Yeah, different people we've had people from Germany and Australia and France, a few different spots. And,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of interesting to meet those kind of people. And most of them come from a ag base over there. They're not straight out of the city, but that's different. Everyone's got a different angle on things. So you sometimes learn something you never expected to from them.
So that's an exchange program with the government then?
Yeah, I think my mom takes care of the paperwork on that,
Okay.
but I think it's a private deal. But
Okay. No, that's very good. I think you will learn something about the way they do their farm there, and they will learn the way that you do the farm this side.
yeah, there's not always just one way to do it. So
No, there is no, especially those ones from Germany, I believe, and the Netherlands.
mhm.
They do have farms,
Yeah, quite a bit.
quite a bit, yeah. But they still have to learn the language, or they come.
Well, most of them are pretty well educated, actually, and lots of them, that's why they're here, is to learn English, like to get a better handle on their English to when they go home. So
That's very
we've
good.
never had an issue. The most minded country is Australia, though, or New Zealand. We've had workers from both, and they complement. They're very similar to Canadians.
Oh, that's very good. What about Danielle? Do you guys have this kind of exchange also?
No, we haven't hired temporary foreign workers in the past. Not saying we never will, but I guess probably 20 or 30 years ago, before my time, there was
Mexico.
we hired my grandpa had hired some exchange students. I guess probably the same as Lee's family. Come for the summer and work, and then they go back.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pretty small when they were here, so I don't really remember too much about that. But I'm sure there's probably opportunity for people from other countries to get involved in agriculture and yeah.
Do they used to come from Mexico also?
Some do, yep. Yeah.
The Mennonite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to come from Mexico. Those Mennonites, I believe, and they used to work in the farm business.
Correct. Yep.
Oh, that's good. So, any of you had a newcomer's experience, for example, in the farm or maybe outside the farm? Because I don't see, I would imagine both of you are not newcomers, and when I mean newcomers, people coming from outside.
Like just visitors?
No, those, for example, from a diversity population, such as in Brooks, for example, you have people coming from all over the world, right?
Mhm.
Do they, for example, look for a job in the farm area, or they are confined in Brooks and JBS because that's where they feel more comfortable zone?
Yeah, we haven't had anybody coming out to Gem like looking for work or anything like that from outside of Canada. So
There you go. There you go. I think that's one thing that we need the new Canadian is to being taken to the farm, and they will be able to see what the tradition of the farm of the area is. This is being a tradition of a farm, and that will give them an opportunity also to learn how the business of the farm is, and they will appreciate that people who came, 200 years ago, your great dad, when they came, this is how they made this nation and how they build. It's not a complaint and whining, but it's hard working. So the people will see the hard working from the farm side and will appreciate and will encourage them to buy local food all the time. I think that's something that maybe in the near future can be coordinated with both of you, and then see if that's something that will add value on on the newcomers side because they will see. Most of them came also from agricultural background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the agricultural back in those countries are very much different from here. No, there is no irrigation, most of them, and all that stuff. So it's you have to wait the rain,
Yeah.
and you have to brace so many times to get the rain.
Yeah.
So that is much different. So for them, we'll give them an eye opener when they see how the system works here.
When you make it rain, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that it's called part of integration of the newcomers going to the farm area to see. Even though, so how far is your farm also?
What's that?
How far is from Brooks?
From Brooks? I believe it's 26 kilometers, something like that. So if you have 15 minutes, 20 minutes, somewhere in there. So.
Which way? This way or?
East, yeah.
Or east?
Yeah.
Oh, that's closer than your farm.
Yeah.
25, yeah, but 20 minutes, 26 kilometers, about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not far.
That's not that far. No, I think that is something that we hope to see done in the near future, and we know how to get a hold of you, both of you, and we'll see if we can probably facilitate that kind of program. You will benefit something out from the newcomers, and they will benefit something out from the cowboy area of the land. But thank you very much for both of you taking the time. I think the whole idea was information, and then we dedicated this program of this today only farmers and what you guys do. Most of the new Canadians work at JBS, they see the cow, but they don't know the process of that. So for this they will learn a little bit about, and we hope to bring them to the farm.
Okay.
Well, thank you for relaying that message back to them as well.
This is the end of Global Village today, and this is Ahmed Kassim, your host of the program. We are airing today from Red Roof Studio from Dutch, and we also like to thank Sharon, who is our assistant director, Michael, who is helping the technical today. Until then, have a good one, and God bless you. Take care.